Welcome to What's Happening. I'm your host, Paula Hersey, and how do you spell Commer Choice? With me today, David Troutman, president of the board of Commer Choice, and we're talking about an adult spelling bee. This is not your traditional stand-up and I'm going to spell something. This looks like a fun event, David. Tell us how did an adult spelling bee start on Cape Cod?
Well, we actually had several fundraisers. One notably, we did a couple of golf tournaments, which, quite frankly, with the competition out there with golf tournaments, the limitation as to who could actually participate. At a certain point, we said, all right, it's too weather dependent. It's so many reasons we didn't want to do another golf tournament. So we came up with the idea of doing a spelling bee. You know, a lot of our supporters tend to be a little more cerebral, a little less athletic necessarily. It was not weather dependent. We could do it indoors. Wasn't any fear with that, and it was something different that we could get an entirely different, you know, more attention for it. Probably the single biggest thing though that I do like to emphasize is this is not at all like the script spelling bee that you see on TV.
Which just scares the bejesus out of everybody.
Absolutely, a lot of sweaty palms. As soon as I ask somebody if they want to get involved, they're like, no, I'm busy that day. I haven't told you what day it is. But it is, as they say, it's an adult team spelling bee. So nobody's standing on a stage. It's
a team.
It's a team. It's teams of 3, all adults. Everybody gets to commiserate, and the single biggest thing is you're not giving one team a word. There's actually held in a large room at the Cape Codder where one word is pronounced, and the entire room has to spell the word simultaneously. So what we've got monitors moving around the room, and you've got, you know, your team. You and I would commiserate on if we were team members, and we would write down the word that had been pronounced, and after 30 seconds we would hold up the, you know, how we have it spelled. Right. The monitors move around the room and say, "Yep, you're right. You're right. Oh, you're out." So there's no pressure on any one person to perform. Nobody's live on stage. There's none of that sort of thing. So in any case, this is our 3rd year that we're going to be doing. It's grown each year. The interest, because it's a little bit different. Yeah. It's as they say, the first time was kind of an experiment. Right. As I say, it is not. Aside from the fact that it's adults, the fact that it is teams, there are other differences as well. There is a trophy. There is a prize for the team that wins. However, the biggest prizes go to the best costumes. We do have a costume. Most people come in their bee attire, which is a whole heck of a lot of fun. We have a DJ that plays music that keeps the energy level going. There is a cash bar there. There's food. It really is just a whole lot of fun. It takes about 3 hours for the whole thing. 3 hours. Now,
see, knowing that golf tournaments can be so weather dependent and really a lot of work to actually get down, this benefits Commer Choice. Tell us just a little bit about Commer Choice and how this spelling bee helps fund some of the programs.
Wow. Well, I'll be honest with you, a lot of the funding for our programs does come through grants and that sort of thing. The fundraisers, I mean, we've got a certain amount of overhead. The fact is we've got a few very, very underpaid administrators, and while we do ask the schools to pay for a certain amount, we usually don't ask them to pay for the overhead. We've got an office in South Yarmouth. We do have, as I say, a few employees, so the fundraisers really help to pay for some of the administrative costs, although it's
That's fantastic, though.
Enough.
I mean, when you think about all the things that a nonprofit has to go through, operating costs are some of the biggest ones out there that people don't think need to be funded. Absolutely. So a spelling bee for that. When is the spelling bee?
I always get this confused. April 12th this year. It's on a Sunday.
On a Sunday,
it's from 4 till 7 o'clock at the Cape Codder Hotel and Resort.
Okay. Have you got a team?
Absolutely. I'm the first one. When I set up the website, you can register online. I'm the first one to test the site by registering my team. Yeah, I'm. In my normal day job, I'm with the Escargot Cafe out in Dennis, and we put together the Chef Boyarbees.
Excellent. That's a good one. So it's at the Cape Codder. What's the registration fee for this?
To put a team in costs $300.
Okay.
And we realize it can be a little bit tight for some people, but quite frankly, broken down to $100 per head per team member, it's really not. It's very reachable, very doable. We do, however, have other options. Like golf tournaments where there are sponsorships of holes and tees. For $100 you can sponsor a word.
Oh, there you go.
For example, and again, with my business, I might spend $100 for a word, and the announcer during the course of play will say, okay, this next word is sponsored by Scargo Cafe and blah blah blah, and give a little 15-second commercial, and then say, and the word is hospitality, and then that becomes the word. So if there is someone out there that wants to do it, yeah, it's a fundraiser. There's no doubt, and it's modeled after a golf tournament. The other thing, revenue stream, if you will, is what we call a mulligan, with golf. If a team does misspell a word, technically they're out. However, if they'd like to spend $50, they can get back in. One mulligan per team.
One mulligan. I was going to say is that you misspell one word and that's it. You're done. Sure. But you still have the food and all the other great stuff that's happening during that day. So April 12th, 2015, your third annual Spelling Bee for Calmer Choice. Anything else that you want to tell the folks at home?
Yeah, interestingly enough, we do. I mentioned we do have usually an MC who's is a pretty outgoing kind of guy. A comedian last year was Glenn Anderson.
Oh, he's great.
He is great. Although we, like the Oscars, we like to keep it fresh. Sure. This year, I believe we have Brian Mannell, who will be our MC. In addition, we also have our judges, or what we refer to as our pronouncers. They're the ones pronouncing the words. Again, last year we had a number of people from Alicia Blasio-Banyan. We had Tim Miller, Debbie Foreman, all from the Cape Cod Times. This year we're switching a little bit. The theme is really sort of back to Barnstable. We'd been out of Barnstable, the town of Barnstable, for a while. We're now back in. So along with Brian Mannell, our judges are three of the most popular teachers in the Barnstable system. We've got Mike Gyra.
I was just going to say he had to be at the top of the list.
Absolutely. He's the team leader. Mike Gyra from Barnstable. We also have Mick Carlin from the Barnstable Intermediate School, and Ed O'Toole, again from Barnstable, from the drama department. So it's very, very exciting.
This sounds like a really great event. I know lots of people, obviously, that have participated over the years and have always said that it's a fun event, and it's going for a great cause. Calmer Choice, April 12th, 2015, the Adult Spelling Bee, third annual at the Cape Codders, at the Cape Codder, Route 132 in Hyannis.
Great.
Thanks, David. It was really great hearing about the event, and we look forward to the winner.
Absolutely.
How do you spell Calmer Choice? Go to the Spelling Bee. This is Paula Hersey for What's Happening.
Go live!